Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be drawing Duo from Gundam Wing because Gundam Wing is one of my favorite series ever, and I've gotten my friend Emily to watch it with me. We've spent like one day a week the last month, 2 months, just watching as many episodes as we can. So we're almost done with the series, and then I get to show her the movie, and I'm excited. Yeah, other than that, let's see, don't know if I mentioned, but I did eventually go back to working at the movie theater, and it was terrible. People these days are horrible to service workers, so working at the movie theater was not nearly as fun as it used to be. Like, I didn't enjoy it, and they even offered me a supervisor position, but I couldn't do it. I had to leave. So now I am a night auditor at a local hotel, and that's its own set of problems that I'm not having a good time with, but you know, whatever, I'll figure it out. Someday I will be able to make a living as an artist, and I hope it's sooner rather than later. But I guess if I want to succeed at that, I have to, you know, produce more art content, maybe, you know, get more videos out. I don't know if you know this, I've mentioned it a couple of times, but I do have a channel where I actually sit down and like talk at a camera about things. It doesn't have a lot of videos, but because those ones are a lot harder to put together because they involve writing, and that takes a lot more time than me sitting down and drawing. But I've got an idea for another video to post on that channel, so if you actually want to, you know, see what I look like and hear me read a very detailed script I've written to a camera, feel free to check out that channel. I will hopefully remember to post the links somewhere for it. Anyway, that's really, I don't have much going on for me. I have finished Pokemon Snap. I think that's the last time I actually sat down and talked in one of these voiceovers. I mentioned Pokemon Snap. So yes, I finished Pokemon Snap, like the story part of the game. Now I'm just kind of running around trying to finish the photo decks, and that's fun. Great time. I also watched Last Evolution Kizuna, which is the newest Digimon movie, and I was really excited to see it, like, before everything happened, because the movie theater I worked at was gonna play it, and I was so excited, and then, you know, everything happened, and I haven't been able to see it, and I finally got to see it, and I cried a lot. I was real sad. It was real sad. I mean, it's a good movie. Like, it's good, but I was real sad. And yeah. But it was definitely a good time. I would recommend it. I've read apparently 31 books, 32, hold on, I can check. I've read 32 books this year, and I've finally gotten to go back to book club because my library has started holding in-person book club again, so that's exciting. I got to go to my mystery book club on Tuesday, which was great, and got to catch up with my book club friends, and it's exciting to get to do that again because, like, I love my friends, but they don't read nearly as much as I do. Like I said, I just read 32 books this year, and that's actually kind of slow for me. You know, 2020 sort of messed up my reading schedule. I didn't have it in me to read much last year, and so I'm trying to, I typically read about 60 to 70 a year, so definitely on the slower end for me. That is a freakishly large number to most of the people I know in real life. They are very terrified of the fact that I read that many books in a year. So it was nice to be able to go to book club, in which I'm kind of average. Like, I don't read the most out of all my book club compatriots, but I also don't read the least. So I'm average as far as how much reading I get done in a year, and it was nice to be able to sit there and just like talk about books again. And in a couple weeks, I get to go to the sci-fi book club, which is also exciting. My nemesis, I have for sure mentioned that my nemesis, my real life nemesis, this guy named Phil, who was in all of my book clubs, and he didn't show up to the mystery book club this week, and that was great, because I think I've had a rough week at work, and it would have been horrible to have finished out my week at work by also having to deal with Phil, my first day back at book club. So I got to avoid him, so that was nice. And in a couple weeks, I'll have the sci-fi book club again, and maybe he'll miss that one, and I don't have to deal with him again. I would kind of appreciate if he moved or something and I never have to deal with him ever again, but we'll see. For all I know, he just missed the day, but it'll be great to not see Phil anymore because he was frustrating. But it's also great to read books again. For my mystery book club, we are going to be reading The Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware, and I'm actually not looking forward to this. I've only read one other Ruth Ware book. It was In a Dark, Dark Wood, and I finished it in a day only because I knew if I'd stopped, I wasn't ever going to pick it up again, and therefore I would have finished it, so I just binge read it in a day, and I wasn't the biggest fan, and I don't know when it came out, but at the time, so it came out, or at least I read it around the time that The Girl on the Train got really popular, so the whole unreliable narrator who was witness to a horrific crime and is now integral to solving whatever happened thing was it was big. Every book you read, every book that came out that year was that story. And In a Dark, Dark Wood is kind of the same. You've got the unreliable narrator, people are murdered, she finds out who it really is, crazy shit. And it was fine, but I knew if I put it down, I wasn't going to pick it back up again because I was just tired of that. So I don't know what this new book is going to be like, but I have not the best relationship with Ruth Ware, so we're gonna see how this goes. Lots of other people in the book club like her, so we'll see how it goes. I think the other one I read was also one of the first books she wrote, so this one is one of the newer books she's written, so hopefully it's better. She has to have gotten better as a writer, and I can't think of any really popular tropes that are just oversaturating the market right now that this book could be imitating, so it should be interesting. I also spent most of last year not reading mystery novels, so I really don't know what's popular in them anymore, so I should actually like this one. I shouldn't be tired of whatever story they give me, because I mostly read manga and fantasy books last year. Vampires were big. I also started reading just books that I hated for the entertainment of my friends. I mean, literally. I read Midnight Sun because most of my friends had read Twilight in high school, and it had come out last year, so I was like, okay, cool, I should read it. See if it's as bad as we all think it's going to be. And it was. And my friends had a great time listening to me complain about it, so I decided I was gonna keep reading bad books for their entertainment, and partially because it was fun, and mostly because it was the closest I could get to that book club feeling again, and I pretty much lived for book club, apparently. So, I read 50 Shades of Grey, which is as bad as you think it is. Then I read Ice Planet Barbarians, which was actually good. It's not my kink at all, but it's actually good. It's well written, if you're into that. It's fine. It's serviceable. There are things about it that I think a lot of people find uncomfortable, but as someone who has read 50 Shades and perused the romance genre, because I read a lot, right? It's actually probably one of the least problematic, like, erotic romances I've ever come across. If it's your thing, if it's not your thing, then avoid Ice Planet Barbarians. But I have recently, I spent weeks, months, like at least 2 months on the wait list for After by Anna Todd, because I decided that was going to be the next horrendous book I read for my friends, and it's so bad. It is literally the worst book I have ever read. And like, if you thought Christian Grey was terrible, whatever his name is in After, his first name is Hardin. I don't remember what his last name is, but Hardin, this jackass, makes Christian Grey look like a saint. Like if you put if they were both real and the last man on Earth, and you told me I had to pick one of them to spend the rest of my life with, I would pick Christian Grey. I would pick Christian Grey because he is a better person than Hardin. Like, it's wild, it's terrible, and I hate it. It causes me physical pain knowing that there is a character who makes Christian Grey look like a good person. Like, it literally pains me. And I've never read a book and sat there, like, concerned for the author's, like, well-being. But this book makes me very concerned that there's something wrong with Anna Todd's life. And, like, I need to help her fix it. Like, it's wild. Like, that's how upsetting this book is. And, like, the girl, her name is Tessa, her and Hardin, all they do is yell and scream at each other, and it's like he emotionally abuses her, and I'm only a quarter of the way through the book, and like, they're not even dating yet, but Tessa already isn't, like, can't live without him, and I'm like, but you're not even dating him, you're not even together, he is horrible to you, and nothing but red flags. Like, the entirety of Christian and Anna's relationship in 50 Shades is obviously just red flags. It is built on red flags. It is an empire of red flags, but like, what's going on in After is worse. It is so much worse. Like, at least Christian Grey, like, he came off as an asshole, but like, he did take Anna on nice dates. Like, he did do things to endear himself to her. And Hardin has done literally nothing to make himself seem dateable, other than, like, I guess he's hot. But like, the way he's described, I don't think he's hot. Like, personally, I'd just be like, nah, that's an asshole and I want nothing to do with him. But apparently he's hot, and I can't handle it. It's not a good time. I hate it. And I think this is gonna be the, like, I can't finish it. I don't think I'm gonna finish it, which is, like, not necessarily a bad thing. Life is too short for me to, like, put up with books I don't like, but like, it's not even fun to be upset about it. It's just upsetting. Like, I at least had a good time making fun of Edward Cullen as I read Midnight Sun. Like, just texting my friends and being like, okay, you won't believe what Edward did this time. Like, gossiping about him. Like, you know, that was fun. I had a good time, and so I got to the end. The book is painfully boring, and Edward is significantly worse in this than he ever was in Twilight. But like, I still had fun. 50 Shades was still fun because I got to complain about it to my friends, and I could just be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. Like, how did E.L. James get away with writing this? Like, this is ridiculous. But I still had fun, at least until the tampon scene. And we're not going to go over it, but the tampon scene is what made me want to rage quit, and that's like towards the end of the book. So at that point, I was far enough. I was like, okay, I've only got like 100 pages left. Like, I might as well finish. But it took me forever. Like, that book is like 700-800 pages long, depending on what edition you get. So I had to get pretty far before I was like, okay, no, this is so bad that I can't finish it because it's not even fun to like make fun of it. After is just, it's not even fun to make fun of it. I'm just viscerally upset about everything that goes on in this book, and it's a bad time, and I don't think I'm gonna finish. Anyway, if you would like to suggest other, bad books for me to read for the entertainment of my friends, feel free to leave a comment below. Kissing the Coronavirus is on the list of things I would like to read for them. Apparently it's a series now. Don't know if I'll read the whole series. Like Ice Planet Barbarians, I only read the first book. I know it's a series of like 24 or something, but I only read the first one. Like that was enough. So maybe I'll read Kissing the Coronavirus next. It's gotta be better than After. It's gotta. Like, this book exists. And it was originally Harry Styles fanfic, and I feel real bad for Harry Styles. Like, this is not good. It's so bad. And I understand he's not like this as a person. A lot of people are upset with this book, mostly because I had to look it up. People are upset with how Anna Todd wrote him in this book that was previously fanfic, and she's like, well, I just wrote a book with a character that looks like Harry Styles. So apparently she thinks a punk rock version of Harry Styles is hot, and had to write the most uncomfortable romance based on that concept. And I hate it. I hate it so much, and I'm very concerned about like her mental health and well-being. Like, I feel like she's gone through shit, and I hope, I have no proof other than like just this, how upsetting I find this book, but I feel like she's gone through shit, and I hope she gets the help she needs if she has, and if not, like, oh my god, this is terrible. This, like, it's written more like it should be like a warning, like a horror story, like, yeah, this is what you should avoid in life, not some sort of idealized romantic fantasy, because it's not romantic, and it's horrifying. It's horrifying. Anyway, talking about other things, I'm slowly growing a jack-o'-lantern collection. I like Halloween, but like the kids' version of Halloween, so pumpkins and like sheet ghosts. I believe I mentioned this last year because I was making art videos last Halloween. So I have this in my office. I have like a little boo bucket that looks like a jack-o'-lantern, and a tiny little plastic jack-o'-lantern with a switch that lights up. And then now I have jack-o'-lantern fairy lights, I guess. I got some string lights, and they got these little jack-o'-lantern pumpkin things on them, and so sometimes I plug it in, and I got cute little jack-o'-lanterns hanging on my wall. They're adorable, slowly but surely. They kind of don't match the rest of the room. I painted the room like powder blue. It's very light blue. It kind of almost looks white, depending on the lighting. And all of the furniture is white. I was going for something. I don't know what I was going for, but yeah, so the pumpkins stand out, but I don't know. It's very me. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. I hope you had fun watching me draw this and ramble on for like 20 minutes. Don't forget to like and subscribe, or leave a comment with like a bad book you think I should read for my friends. And I'll see you next time. Bye!